Hey, let's talk about your cover art. Create podcast cover art with the dimensions of 3,000 pixels by 3,000 pixels. You can use Canva or Photoshop. Places to get images include, well, I like Canva, and I have a pack of Canva templates, as I mentioned, for both cover art and episode promotions. Other places are Pexels, that's spelt P-E-X-E-L-S. That's where you can get images to create, to put into your cover art. And it's free. Pexels is free. And Envato is a paid subscription, and it's got another huge library of copyright-free images. So you got to make sure no matter where you get your images, be sure they are copyright-free and that you have permission to use them. Do not just search Google for your images. Do not do that. Go to a proper copyright-free image source. So keep in mind that your cover art should look good and be recognizable at a very small size, like 55 by 55 pixels, because people will primarily be viewing it on their mobile devices, and it can appear very, very small on some of the platforms. Some say try not to use more than 4 words on your cover art, but it really just depends on so many things, your title and all of the other things. Don't cram a lot of text in there, though. You don't want your podcast description on there, for example. Make sure it's legible even at a very small size. So a lot of scripty font too doesn't usually work at a really small size. So just whatever you create, take a look at it at a really small size and see if you can still read it. Okay, so please listen to this next tip about cover art very carefully. I highly recommend avoid using microphones, headsets, and other overused podcast-related images, unless your show is about podcasting. Your cover art should demonstrate your topic, not the fact that it's a podcast. It shouldn't portray the medium that your message is being delivered on. It should demonstrate the result of listening to your podcast. What feelings do you want people to feel about your podcast? It should be about your topic and your message, not about the fact that it's a podcast. Now, My Women in Podcasting has a mic because that particular podcast is about podcasting. But my Inspiring Influencer show has a whole different inspiring kind of imagery to it to make people feel excited to see what it's all about and the stories and strategies waiting for them in that podcast.